Hi Aquarius, I hope you're doing well. I apologize for the delay. It's been really hectic on my end, so no readings until I get everything taken care of from me. So let's go ahead and get started with your energy, your reading for the month of March 2019. These cards are popping out right now. I'm going to put them back. We'll see if they make another debut or appearance. Three of Swords, Justice. All right. Show me angels present for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in regard to love and relationship readings. In regard to their love and relationship energies, please connect me to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, that popped out too. That was something that just fell out earlier. The star, that's you, Aquarius. The Empress. The Lovers in reverse. The Moon in reverse. This is pretty damn big, Aquarius. Six of Swords. Show me more for Aquarius, Sun, Rising, Venus. The Hangman. Jesus Christ. Okay. With the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So massive, massive lessons, massive changes, massive shifts, massive acknowledgements, people recognizing what they want, you recognizing what you want, shutting out things that are no longer worth your energy. Yeah, this is basically, I'm like feeling I take no shit from anyone. I take no shit. There's nothing here that is essentially going to get you down, you know, and I think that happens after you experience so much BS with people, BS in your life, you know. Where do you go from here? There's literally no other place than up. Here in the center of this reading, you have the Empress and the Six of Swords. Definite getting out of situations, but it's for the best. It's for you. It's basically like after you experience whatever you've gone through, and each thing is going to be different for you. This is a general reading, but whatever you've gone through, it's like, it's almost as if like, it's like the mask is off now. And I don't mean like that in a shitty way, like you're hiding who you are, but it's like the mask is off. The bullshit is off. You don't have to like, you're not pretending to be something that you aren't. You're not pretending to engage in things that don't work for you. You know, you're trusting yourself. You're trusting your intuition. You're trusting your decision making. You're trusting what feels good for you. You know, you could be dealing with another Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Taurus, a Gemini, Pisces, Cancer. You could be dealing with all of those signs, but this reading very much feels more so introspective. It feels like something where it's like we are freeing ourselves. And it's not even the shackles that somebody else put on us. It's the shackles that we put on our own selves, you know, the things that stifle us. Yeah, the Lovers with the Hangman underneath it, the Lovers in reverse and the Hangman underneath it. You know, it's like I can definitely feel some ambivalence here in regard to the decision that you're making and you're going forward upon. But like, what is it that you want? You know, what is it that you want? This is talking about what works for you internally, what works for you spiritually, what makes you feel whole. How do you operate that into your life? How do you, not operate it in your life, but how do you bring it into your life? How do you cultivate those energies, Aquarius? You know, sometimes when we've been very quiet, it's almost like stuff is cooking underneath, you know, but it's time for that to come out. That's go time. It's go time. And it's almost as if like you're not taking, I keep saying taking any prisoners. I don't know what that is. Or did I say that earlier? That's what I'm feeling. Taking any prisoners. I don't know what that term is coming. Why is that coming here? I take no prisoners. It's like you're disconnecting from shit that doesn't make sense for you anymore in your life, disconnecting from people, you know, and also in regards to, there's like an energy here of, some of you are going to be dealing with toxic parents, mothers, some of you toxic sisters, cousins, more female aspect. I feel mothers though here. And it's like, you've had to deal with a situation with them for so long. And you know what? It's interesting because what I'm feeling is like the way that they believe and impose that on you, it's like it stifles you, but you're moving away from that, and it's a conscious effort because it's like being in that type of entanglement, you recognize that it doesn't work for you anymore. There's no happiness in that. There's no joy in it because you don't get to recognize yourself. You don't get to feel authentically. It's like living under the standards of somebody else. You have to experience your own thing. Aquarius does not do well like that, okay? No. Don't try and tell Aquarius how to live life. Don't try and tell Aquarius how to experience life and their own zeal and desires to help the world and themselves and like the people that they're surrounded by. I feel a very, very stifled energy here. But it's like it's like a jack in the box. Like it's popping out. It's popping out. Like you're that stupid fucking song, I'm coming out. I've got the world to know. I've got the bullshit to, I don't know what the fuck that song is called. I think it was like for an underwear ad at one point. But it's a 70s song. Yeah. You're ruling your energy. You're ruling your energy for sure. And I don't think that there's anybody that can stand in your way. This is entirely personal. I don't think that this is like, oh, you're dealing with this and this and this with this person. Like some of you could be for sure, but this feels more... This feels more like you've finally gotten to a solid place in yourself and like you're just not really willing to allow yourself to go back down. There's no point in going back down. And that's what it feels like, back down. So let's clarify some cards here because this feels very straightforward. It feels like that internal like zing, I know what I'm doing. This is the direction I'm going in. This is what I want. I won't falter. Like it's like you're assured of yourself. You're self-assured. There's something about like, I don't falter here. Good. That's the way to live life. Like, sure, we have confusion, but like, you are the fucking master of your experience. Utilize that. There's so many people in this world. I'm sorry. I feel like this, like, it's not anger. It's like, I have to say this. There are so many people in this world that want direction, but direction to the point where they don't choose anything for themselves. They don't trust themselves. You know, it's like they're only hoping that the people around them will make decisions for them. The situations that they're entangled in are going to somehow just work themselves out. There's a lot of people don't want to take the initiative in their life to stabilize things, to make things their way. This is your one fucking shot that you have here in life. This is your one fucking shot, I'm sorry, that you have in life this time around to experience what you will, you know, and there's an importance here where we really have to pay attention to how we incorporate what we want in our life. My God, I'm like angry. Okay. Maybe it's like, this is like a culmination, like a crescendo now, like a huge moment in your life where you're just like, okay, fuck this bullshit that doesn't work for me anymore. I have to get here. I've got to bring myself out of the garbage and like here. I need to be up here. Oh, okay. And it's like you're ready to trust yourself. You're fucking ready to trust yourself. Yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Okay, look, you have the 8 of Vials. So this is the 8 of Cups here. walking away from things that no longer serve you. It's an emotional disconnection. You know, sometimes these things, like sometimes they become crutches, the way that we act in life, and how like we hold on to things because we're so used to them and we don't want to change because change is just uncertain. And, you know, I just would rather like deal with garbage than, you know, not know which direction I'm going in. But you have to go. And no matter what, you're going to be pushed in some direction, even if it's by your own design or not. Why not make it your own design so it makes sense to you? And you have the 7 of Wires. So the 7 of Wands here, this is defensiveness. This is frustration. This is letting it go, though. This is anxiety as well. Heavy anxiety in regard to the type of energy that we experience. You know, when you have people who, I'm feeling this very, very, it's like this pressure, like a deep, like if I were to be at a rave, like there's like the deep bass, like, you know, it's like this pressurized energy that I feel like I'm under right now, where it's like you've had to either abide by somebody or like a way of being. I'm very curious if the Hierophant or in reverse will show up in this reading. Being able to do things unconventionally, being certain about the direction that you want to go in, being okay with being scared. And you know what? But I feel in certain ways too, there's almost an energy here where it's like you'd rather feel fresh and alive and like ready to take on whatever this is that you're venturing into versus being scared. It's like, I've done that scared thing already. Like, I don't need to be in that anymore. You know, it's gotten me to whatever I need to be in or help me through, but like it's moving. You know, if you're anxious about letting those things go, if you're anxious about moving forward into what you're supposed to be moving forward into, a heavy level of abundance, trust what is going on for you. You know, and give yourself a fucking pat on the back. Like, seriously, like, when we choose to not only just break the mold, but when we choose to break our own mold, like, sky's the limit. Like, really, sky's the limit. But it takes being honest with ourselves. It takes knowing who to cut out from our lives. It takes knowing what to cut out from our lives as far as energies and emotions and emotional traps, you know, where we lie to ourselves about our emotions, where we wallow in emotion because it's more comfortable than actually making some sort of movement towards what will actually work for you. You know, stagnation within fear. Don't let it happen. Don't perpetuate it. Recognize what it is and kick its ass. Literally, when life gives you lemon, make lemonade and take the bulls by the fucking horns and shove the lemons up its ass. Like, seriously, that's it. Like, you have to move. There's no more stagnation here. This is what it feels like. So whether that be in regard to finances, you know, and I don't even think like just your mundane day-to-day job. I think like if you have ideas that are going to be, if you've had, you know, and this kind of goes for some of the signs that I've already done readings for, that if you have ideas that you've been sitting on, infuse them, work on them, make them happen, you know. Show me the Empress. Show me the Empress. The Empress, 2 of Pentacles, okay? So what do we need to let go of? What's key and crucial and essential for us to release and let go of so we can actually step into this type of energy, the abundance of this energy, the reality of finances coming in. I keep feeling to touch money. There's an energy here where it's like we have to become very tactile. It's like the tactile energy causes us to. It's like evidence. Okay, so let's say this was like $100. Like, you have it in your hand. That's a fact. If you put $100 in your hand, you have $100 in your hand. This isn't going to make any sense to everybody. I deal with magic sometimes. And like, if any of you are into that, great. You'll probably know what I'm talking about. We're talking about manifestation. We're talking about clear-cut manifestation where we are, initiating change, where we are actively engaging in our life so that we can create something new, something different, something entirely for us by our own design, you know, and you can do that. You have that power. This is, I keep getting this like huge like message, like this is your one shot. This is your one shot here this time. You have to do something to change the situation that you're experiencing right now. If you are unhappy in it, look at what you have been experiencing over and over again. Let it go. Let it go. You have to find balance in it. Lucky 8 ball. Show me the star for Aquarius. Show me the star for Aquarius. The 6 of Pentacles, Aquarius, for the star. So in regard to this, especially in regard to money, you're going to be needing to trust your intuition as far as the decisions that you make towards what you're changing. As far as finances go, you need to trust that. Oh God, I can't believe, or I can't remember. Was it Taurus? It was Taurus. You might want to check out Taurus's video, something about a golden ticket. Again, this is talking about, or their video talked about, like trusting intuition in regard to things that you've sat on, creativity that you've just kind of been like, you know, a mother hen on her egg. Like you've just sat there on it. It's been warm, but like now it's time for the egg to crack. Now it's time for that chick to be born. Now it's time for things to go. I keep feeling go time, go time. That's what I'm feeling right now. And that's great because you have 2 cards of balance here. The 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. You know, here we have ideas that we need to bring to fruition, figuring out what makes sense for us. You know, sometimes choosing a direction, you know, choosing a thing in our lives. This doesn't always have to mean people. It can mean huge directions and changes. Making a decision in something, changing our lives. This is going to change your life. Ooh. The 6 of Pentacles, that talks about bringing balance. It talks about financial balance. It talks about financial abundance. It can talk about, you know, essentially, I feel very much healing your way of experiencing finances, healing your way of experiencing reciprocation in how you experience love in your relationships. What do you give out? What do you receive? There's this fine dance of balance that we have to pay attention to. And a lot of the time, people are very afraid to dance that dance. They don't know how to, you know. Either we overgive or we undergive, you know. There's like, you have to have that happy medium. And you have to talk to your partners about that, you know. A lot of people just assume that people know. They don't know. And they're not going to read your mind. Show me the Lovers for Aquarius. Show me the Lovers. So you have the Apprentice of Wires. So this is the Page of Wires. Page of Wands. Sorry, Wires, Wands. Page of Wands. Here, actually, this is the Knight of Wands. I just got this deck. I'm going to look it up real quick. Page, Apprentice. Sorry, I just need to do this right now, just because I don't want to give you the wrong information. Yeah, it's the Page. So the Page of Wires, Page of Wands in reverse. You know, if you've been stifled in regard to the direction that you want to go in, if you are frustrated and almost like, it's like that stagnancy where we're just kind of deadlocked. You've made a decision. You've come to a decision. I would say learn more about what you're endeavoring in, learn more about what you want to bring about, but it's there. The energy is there. You just need to kind of sort things out so it makes more sense for you. Show me the Hangman. You have the 6 of Vials for the Hangman. So this is the 6 of Cups. some of you could have been dealing with somebody as far as like somebody wanting to come back, chosen a path with them. That may also be what is happening here. I feel a huge energy though of more self-involved. This just feels very self-involved. As far as what's on the bottom of the deck, you have strength underneath the 8 of, well, strength, it's the 8th card in the major arcana. I feel like it's almost as if we have to recognize how we, some of us are going to want to immediately go back to somebody. And what I'm feeling here is it's like you have, that's not going to be healthy for everybody. For those that it is, go for it. But for some of you, if it's like, if you have this decision to make in between a person from the past and actually going on a completely different path in your life, yet it's like that person from the past kind of highlights what I talked about a little bit ago about like that connection to things that we become very used to, we can become very complacent with because we're used to these things. These things just are a regular occurrence in our life, you know. It's hard to imagine life without them because with that, we'd have to change ourselves entirely. We'd have to become more introspective. We'd have to shift things and move things and create newness for ourselves. And sometimes that's terrifying. But I will give you this, Aquarius, you guys are fucking trailblazers and adventurous as hell, especially when it comes to the self. You know, you're more inclined to crack things apart. Aquarians are very interesting in relationships. You know, it's like there's a connection there and it can be incredibly deep, but there's also there's also the necessity for detachment. And it's important to recognize how we romanticize things from the past, how we can let the emotions from somebody essentially influence us. You know, is that what we really want, or are we being more like Piscean? It's the new moon in Pisces as well. I believe. I'm not an astrologer, but I feel like I'm remembering something. There's a lot of emotional energy popping up, and especially I believe we're also in a retrograde as well. There's energies of people coming back. There's energies of things that we have to it's like stirring the pot again, like things that may have like been dead kind of come back and resurface, but it's like, all right, I got this thing here that can potentially lead me to something amazing, and it takes guts and not knowing which direction I'm going in, but it's going to lead me to somewhere good. And it's like, I can feel it. Like I can feel it. And then I have this person or this situation from the past. This doesn't just have to be a person. This can be a way of thinking, a way of experiencing life. It's like a stagnation, but it's like our ankle is locked to it, like chained to it. And it's like, we're trying to like go up, but like the ankle is chained to it, you know? And it's like, do I sit here with this? Do I stagnate and marinate with this? Do I need to be more with this? And with the 6 of Cups here too, I think it's really important for us to like recognize how we view things like that, how we view those attachments to things that we no longer need to be part of, you know? It's like they've served their purpose. We can go now. But where is the comfort level? Where is the safety, stability, you know? And where are we just downright lying to ourselves? You know, we're not allowing growth to happen. That's what needs to be checked out here, Aquarius. That's what needs to be really, really examined and released. You know, I'm feeling like check your hardwiring. How are you hardwired in regard to changing your life, doing things that work for you, you know, making huge decisions? I feel that this new energy that you're kind of stepping into is one of incredible abundance, but also it feels good. It feels right. It feels like you are growing. I keep feeling like this Nintendo game or something, like where you kill the boss and you excel to the next level, but at the time of acceleration, you get bigger, or like you get a bonus pack, or like your increase in hearts or something, whatever it is for you, but it's growing, you know? And so I feel that it's important to observe how we're hardwired in regard to that, how we accept and allow those things to happen. Do we allow it to come to us freely? Do we step into that role? Do we allow ourselves to feel good? Or are we fighting it because it's like, ooh, I want to go that way, but it's like I'm chained here, and being chained here is actually solid because that means I'm on the ground, and that's solid. There's stability on the ground. What am I going to do if I float up here? Well, you know, what is that? My friend Katie did a tattoo of it. She's a tattoo artist. She tattooed somebody's arm, and it's Peter Pan. It's a quote from Peter Pan. What if, and it's talking about like flying. Well, what if I fall? And then it says, oh, but my darling, but what if you fly? You know, like fly. It's time to cut the cord, fly. Show me the moon in reverse. Okay, and that flew out and turned upside down. So you have the Queen of Swords in reverse for the moon in reverse. Very interesting because you have her upright here. Ooh, and you have her on top of this 8 of Swords. So, and she's looking at the star. So it's like, how do we look at things that actually serve us, that are for our purpose, whether that be a new change in life, whether that be something where we have to shift our financial standing, whether that be a person that we have either loved for a long time, become hopelessly addicted to. We can become addicted to people, and it's entirely toxic, even if it's meant within a loving energy. It can be incredibly toxic because it promotes stagnation. It promotes us not moving forward, you know, and we hold that energy there and we perpetuate it and we stagnate in it. Even if that person isn't there, we like hold that energy there. And you have to be careful about that, Aquarius. You have to be careful about how you lie to yourself, okay? How you lie to yourself, how you cause things to stagnate and slow down just because you're afraid to move forward in them. Yeah. The Queen of Swords in reverse, aside from just being a mega bitch, like she's somebody who is very, I feel she's sad. She's misunderstood a lot of the time. It's like she has good intentions a lot of the time, but when she gets in her head to a huge degree, she begins to stagnate. She begins to unravel herself. She begins to become her own undoing. You know, she becomes clouded, not certain about the road that she wants to walk upon or can walk upon. She recognizes the limitations of what she has in front of her and just runs with that. Like, you need to also see the limitations in regard to the things that you're engaging in, but also see the positives, see the potential outcomes, and seek to create more with that, okay? I'd say be careful here. I'd say be careful here. In regard to family and mother as well, it's almost as if certain people here are like, okay, bye. Like, I don't want to deal with you anymore. Bye. Like, I love you. I tried to love you. Bye. Show me the 6 of Swords for Aquarius. Flying out and going upside down. So you have the 10 of Swords here in reverse. So this is a finality, essentially. This is finalities. This is, and you have the star at the bottom of the deck. Finalities, healing. Moving away from things that no longer serve you, letting go of mental energy that's stifling, frustrating, hopeless. There's a huge energy here where it's like we are just like a rocket going through here. And it's unstoppable. The energy is unstoppable. And I feel that it's important that you be okay with observing that, because it's for you and it feels very present here, but it's talking about you needing to really get real about what it is that you want and go for it, because that leads to some incredible realizations and abundance. You're already doing it, Aquarius. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your truth. Keep facing your true north. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep ascending. You have to ascend. This is all about that. Look at this person. They're going up. The trajectory is up. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Changing your energy, changing the way you feel, changing your situations. It changes your future. You have to play the game, but you also get to make the rules. I know. I'm not talking about like, you know, go kill somebody and you don't get thrown in jail. Like, I would hope you never want to get, you know, kill somebody. But you get to make your own rules. You get to make a lot of your own rules in life, you know, and that's really beautiful. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. Trust yourself. Trust your desires. Trust the faith that you have in yourself. Please shift your energy. And on the bottom of the deck, you have share your voice, Aquarius. Share your voice in regard to family that are assholes that need to be cut out. Or they may not be assholes. They just may be very toxic. Or people in your life that are just very toxic and it just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't help you go anywhere up. It's just down. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Get out of there. Let it go. All right. Well, I hope this reading was helpful. If it was, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you choose to donate, the link is in the description box below. Again, really sorry that it's been a little while since I've been able to do your videos. I couldn't. So yeah, I hope everything's going okay for you, Aquarius. And I will see you soon in the second portion of March, like a week away, because I'm hella late with this one. All right, bye.